Hello everybody, I'm Grant Kilpatrick and I'm a musician from Scotland, and this is the top 5 ways musicians nail every gig. Hello and welcome to the video. Grant Kilpatrick here. So at this point in my music career, I've played hundreds and hundreds of gigs, right? Some of them have been good, some of them have been bad, some of them have just clicked like that, and other times I felt like I wanted the ground to swallow me up, right? It happens. So what's made the biggest difference between a good gig for me and a bad gig? Well, I would say it's a few different things. It's about being prepared, it's about professionalism, and learning a few hard lessons that you can't really avoid. So here are the top 5 ways musicians absolutely nail their gigs every time, so you don't have to learn the hard way. So let's start with the obvious. You need to rehearse, right? There's no getting away from it. You need to get into the practice room, you need to bang out the tunes over and over and over again, drill these tunes to death. And I'm not just talking about knowing the songs, I'm talking about knowing the songs inside out and back to front. If the lights cut out on stage, which they sometimes do, or if the drummer drops a stick, which they almost always do, it's your job to hold it together. You need to be prepared. So my tip would be to rehearse more than you need to. The more you're prepared for the gig, the less nervous you're going to be on stage, the more confident you're going to feel on stage, which is then going to transfer out to the crowd, and they're going to feel more relaxed at the gig. Because this is the thing, a lot of people don't think about this, but it's actually your job to make the crowd feel at ease. The crowd don't want to see somebody up on stage nervous. They've paid money, hopefully, to come to the gig and support you. They want you to do well. They're cheering you on. It's your job to perform. So if you look nervous, they start to feel awkward. If you're starting to look panicked, they're going to start to cringe. So know your stuff, get it memorized, and get comfortable up there so you can make the audience feel comfortable. And then once you've got that, the vibe's going to be spot on. Now, it sounds basic, but being professional is what separates the weekend warriors from the in-demand players. Show up on time, say hello to everybody, speak to the venue staff, speak to the crew, say thanks when you need to. Make sure your gear works. Nothing worse than somebody coming up being like, oh, can I borrow a pick? Can I borrow a lead? Can I borrow a capo? No, you can't. Well, you can, but, you know, because it does happen, stuff does break. Don't run over your set time. That's another one, that's a good one. This is a pretty subtle one. Set lists change, keys of songs change, people make mistakes on stage, and if you're playing for yourself and not listening to the rest of the band, then you might as well not be there. If you're so deep in your own playing, you're getting into the juju, right, and you miss everything that's going on, you're not actually playing with the band, you're playing at them. If somebody gets lost on a tune, help them out. Try and lock back in together. And if you're playing covers, try and look at what the crowd's reacting to. Try and be sensitive to that. If they're into more rock stuff, play more rock stuff. If they're into more pop stuff, play more pop stuff. Now, this might seem harsh, but will you just f***ing move? I don't know how many times I've been to see bands and the playing is excellent. The playing's superb, but they're like standing on stage like statues, man. NPCs, that's what the kids call them these days? Is it NCPs? No, that's the car park. NPCs, that's it. Yeah. You don't have to fake being someone you're not. You just have to heighten who you are. You just have to perform a bit more. And it's true, you should play like you're playing Wembley or Madison Square Garden. Play the music like you're playing in these massive venues. However, tailor your in-between chat to the crowd that's there. So if you're only playing to, I don't know, 3 people down at the Dog and Duck or whatever, tailor the show to them. That makes it personal. That's something they'll remember. And last but not least, be a good hang. Now, you might be the best player in the world, you might be the fastest player in the world, but if you're a nightmare to be around, no one's going to book you again. This business, in my experience, runs on community, recommendations, word of mouth. So it's important to be easy to work with, be able to have a laugh, and not take yourself so seriously, not give people crap because they messed up a tune or whatever. So forget the moody rockstar thing. Nobody cares that you brought your guitar along in a black bin bag. And I don't know what I mean by that. But anyway, be the kind of musician you'd want to play with. So that's my top 5 tips for nailing every gig that you play as a musician. Some of you might be doing these already, and if you are, excellent. You're already a pro. Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. If you want more of this kind of real talk musician content, please subscribe. And I tell you what, why don't you comment on the video? I want to know what is the worst thing that's happened to you at a gig. Please let me know, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.